So Maggie from Vancouver, BC, is our illustrious co-host. If you would please jump in and share your story.
Thanks, Sherry. When you asked me to share my story, I thought it's an old story. However, what I realized after I reviewed it is it never gets old because it's what, made me understand the power of the Nikken products, the Nikken technologies. We're going back now. It'll be 27 years I've been part of Nikken, the very first part of next month. And when I was introduced by my best friend, who was a healthcare professional, it was because she knew I'd been hurting for 30 years. I'd had a chronic problem that nothing in the medical system or even all the, alternative things I tried helped for more than just a nanosecond. And I had spent thousands of dollars and thousands of hours looking for relief, as I'm sure many people do who don't want to take medication. I could have had medication, but I was a professor at the time, and I knew that I couldn't be as good at my job if I was, if I was taking some medication. So I decided to keep pursuing the complementary route. And I'm so glad that my friend showed me this and told me her wellness story, which, really impressed me as well. And even though my story is my story, I'm sure that people can relate to this. And I can also tell you that before I decided to become part of the Nikken family, I had been to a presentation of wellness stories, and I grew up on a farm, and one of the fellows in the room stood up. He was a farmer. He stood up and he said, I got these funny things in my shoes, and it makes going down to the barn a lot easier. I have a lot better balance. And I immediately thought of my dad, who had to walk over a cattle guard every day down to the barn. And it's, it's a challenge. The balance is a challenge, and being on concrete and being on his feet and being out in the fields all day. So that really was the first thing that caught my attention. So when I invested in what we call the wellness home, within 3 months, that 30 years of chronic discomfort was gone. I started to sleep without being in discomfort. I remember one morning I woke up, I got out of bed and I stood there thinking, what just happened? Something's different. And I realized that it was because I could get out of bed in one movement instead of doing the micro turns I used to have to do just to get out of bed because my body was so stiff and sore. And then I stood up straight and walked to the washroom. And that was the first time that I could remember doing that in years and years. So I was literally so awestruck and so excited. And not only did I think about, why it was a good thing for me, I started to think about other people I knew who had challenges different from mine, some similar. And that was one of the things that really brought me into this Nikken wellness community, because I wanted to be able to help others who, like me, had been seeking relief. So here I am 27 years later. I've upgraded all the technologies that Nikken has come out with over the 27 years, and I still feel fantastic. And I get to share this with other people. And I love this concept of having a place where we can share our stories and then send people that recording, invite them to next week, and so on. So that's what I have to say tonight.